Hello, 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 and welcome to the High Altitude Investing live stream. Today is the 17th of August, and I'm super happy to be doing this stream with you guys today. Talking about crypto, baby, and the whole markets and what's coming. And no, I did not mean to open my video editing software. That was a misclick. And yeah, super excited about today's stream, and it should be a really good time. So let's get talking about crypto. Let's get talking about Bitcoin, Ethereum. Maybe we'll even talk about a little bit of Pepe here. And yeah, by the way, you guys, I did start doing the mastermind program again. So I have one-on-one coaching. If you guys don't know, I do one-on-one coaching. Basically, people that want to learn how to find these setups themselves and really not just follow what I'm doing. I mean, of course, you follow what I'm doing as well until you learn how to do it. But the one-on-one coaching that I help people with is to really help people understand technical analysis, how to find those setups themselves. But I also just barely started the mastermind coaching program up again. And basically, it's the same as the one-on-one coaching. The only difference is it's in a group setting, and it's $4,999 versus $7,499. So it's a little bit cheaper or a little bit lower cost as well because it's not one-on-one, right? So yeah, it's super, super cool program. And definitely click the link in the description below to apply for the mastermind coaching program. But let's go ahead and share this stream. Braden, what's up, my brother? Good to see you, man. Happy Saturday. Happy weekend. And Arthur, what's up, man? It's always good to see you, my friend. So yeah, let's share this stream on my Twitter and get talking about Bitcoin, baby. Because Bitcoin looks good. It looks really good here. And one of my one-on-one members that I'm one-on-one coaching actually showed me something the other day that really kind of blew my mind. And one of the coolest parts about teaching investing to people and teaching this stuff is they start to show you things as they get the hang of it and they get their hands on the tools that you're using to actually play these markets and to see things before they happen. They start to see things that you never saw, that you had missed or that you weren't aware of, or, that you hadn't went looking to check. And one of those things that I was really, really impressed by one of my one-on-one students, he's learning super fast. So shout out to Bobby, you know who you are. You're learning really fast, man, like shockingly fast. So let's check out what he showed me. And I really want to show you guys this today because this is a prime example of exactly what I'm talking about when I say markets are fractal in nature. They repeat the same patterns over and over again. And it doesn't really matter what time frame you're in, what market you're looking at. Those same patterns appear over and over again. So one example of this is actually right here. So this is this is Microsoft on the right, and this is Bitcoin over here on the left. And this is one example of what a correction along an uptrend can look like. So this isn't the fractal he showed me, but after he showed me one of the fractals, we went around on Microsoft and started looking at the uptrend on Microsoft and analyzing the way the market moves. And one of the patterns that I saw was this right here. So this is called a 3 dives pattern, where the market basically goes down, it bounces back up, it dives down again, bounces back up, and it dives down one more time. And that's a very common correction in an uptrend. So when you're trending up in the market, a lot of times you get this 3 dive pattern before you go higher. It's a very common corrective structure in an uptrend. And you can see that that's exactly what Bitcoin did right here. That's called a bullish three 3 drive. I think it's 3 drive. Let's see here. Yeah, it's called a 3 drives, not 3 dives. I don't know why I said dives. It's called a 3 drive pattern. So it drives the market down 3 different times. That pattern is a very, very bullish pattern in the market. It's a very common corrective structure along uptrends. You can see that's exactly what Bitcoin did here. Now let's talk a little bit about uptrends, because a lot of times people don't understand how uptrends work. And once you understand how uptrends work, you get a lot better idea of how to play markets. Because basically most corrections in an uptrend are buying opportunities. Wherever you see the market pull back in an uptrend is a buying opportunity. And with Bitcoin specifically, Bitcoin is in a massive uptrend on multiple different time frames, and that uptrend is very powerful, just like the uptrend on Microsoft, back in the early 90s. As you can see, the uptrend on Microsoft was extremely powerful. It was very pronounced, and it was very, it was powerful. It was a strong uptrend. And so all those dips along the way up, you can see every single one of those dips get bought right back up. The market buys those dips right back up. So here's the fractal that my one-on-one student was actually showing me, and I was super, super impressed that he was able to find this on his own. So again, shout out to you, Bobby, because I was really impressed that you found this. This is a great example of fractal analysis, of when you're looking at one uptrend in the market and you're looking at another uptrend and you're comparing those two uptrends together, you can start to see some really amazing stuff. You can start to see that human psychology really is the same over and over, that we do react with the same type of emotional reactions consistently in all markets across all time frames, no matter whether you're trading silver, Bitcoin, gold, oil, Microsoft, whatever you're doing, you can find those same patterns. And that's just incredible to me. And over here, you can see Microsoft back in 1998 did the exact same thing that Bitcoin is doing right now. It already had an established uptrend. There was a correction along the way up. That correction had a very violent capitulation. Really shook a lot of people out right before the market broke out to new all-time highs and pushed right up through resistance. So this is a great example of fractal analysis, you guys. Markets are fractal in nature. And fractals are not something that you just find in markets. Fractals are something you find throughout nature. If you're studying life itself, whether you're looking at seashells, whether you're looking at trees, because trees branch out in Fibonacci numbers, seashell fib. This is a fractal. Fibonacci is a fractal. Seashells, that shape, that spiraling shape, is also found in galaxies. It's a fractal. It's the same pattern, the same mathematical sequence being found in the way that galaxies move, in the toroidal physics found in how galaxies orbit and move, but it's also found in seashells. So that's what a fractal is. It's a pattern that is self-consistent in the macrocosm and the microcosm. In other words, the bigger manifestations of it and the smaller manifestations of it. That's the definition of a fractal. So you can see here that Microsoft and Bitcoin are fractaling. It's a fractal. It's the same mathematical sequence, the same psychology, because it's human psychology playing out in these charts. But when you're looking at it on a universal scale, like throughout nature, you're finding the same mathematical consistencies. But guess what? Human emotion ends up creating geometry, mathematical patterns. Why? Because biology isn't random. Our biology is based on law, and everybody has the same type of brain inside of them. We all have the reptilian brain that reacts based on emotion. We all have the more intellectual, the more logical side of us, the more intuitive side of us. We all have those parts of our brain that are biologically imprinted in us. And so, yes, of course, there's patterns. There's patternistic to it. It's just like how if you put a mouse in a cage and you have a piece of cheese at the end of that cage, and that mouse figures out how to get through the cage to eat that cheese. A mouse is going to do that every single time because it's their biology, right? Humans are biological. We're biological, period. So there's mathematics that appear in our psychology, and those mathematics appear as patterns on charts. Isn't that cool? If you ask me, that's really cool. So yeah, I know that's kind of like maybe a lot to take in. Like, whoa, Alan, slow down. It's only 10 o'clock in the morning, Chill out. But it's true. It's true. Mathematics appear in charts because human psychology is repeatable. Why do people... It's like the marshmallow test. If you've ever heard of the kids, there's a test that they did with these kids, and they said if you can get one marshmallow if you eat it right now, but if you wait 30 minutes, you can get 2 marshmallows. Now, the kids that just got the first marshmallow and weren't patient, they followed them throughout their lives, and they found that the kids that just said, "Give me the first marshmallow," those kids end up having a lot more issues later on, problems with relationships, financial issues. They didn't have as good of lives. But the kids that waited for the second marshmallow, those kids had better lives, better relationships. They were more patient. They generally had higher incomes. They were overall higher, like just more top, like better performing people throughout their lives. They lived a more full life with less problems and more joy. So being patient is valuable long term throughout your life, right? Well, it's biological. Why do some kids pick the first marshmallow and why do some kids pick the second marshmallow? It's a biological thing, right? It's that experiment is based on the natural biology found in people. So what I'm trying to tell you guys is that as biological creatures, as people, we have emotional responses to things. And if we don't learn how to overcome that, how to not subject ourselves to those emotions, but rather to be above them, if we don't know how to be the person that picks the second marshmallow and waits 30 minutes for the second marshmallow, then we're not able to overcome our biology. And if you want to be a good trader and investor, you need to overcome that emotional reaction that you have to the markets, that biological response that you have to the markets. But because 90% of people are the kid that picks the first marshmallow and they're not patient and they panic sell bottoms and FOMO buy tops, because that's 90% of people that does that, these patterns keep appearing over and over and over again in the markets. It's a repeatable thing. Just like if you were to grab 20 more kids and do that experiment again with those kids, there's only going to be a certain percentage of them that wait for the second marshmallow. It's a repeatable experiment. And if you followed them out throughout their lives, you're also going to find those kids that waited have better lives. You could repeat the experiment. So biology, our biological reactions to things are consistent. And that's why we find these fractals and these patterns self-consistent throughout all markets, all time frames. You guys following me? I know it's kind of a lot to take in, but this is super, super, super powerful and valuable information that if you don't understand this, you guys are going to get wrecked in the market, right? And if you buy too early, like let's say you buy too early, wait. You can still be the kid that picked the second marshmallow, that waited 30 minutes, right? If you get a little too excited and you FOMO buy, start exercising patience. Let the market do its thing. It's going to recover. We're in an uptrend. Let it do its thing, right? Be the kid that waits for the second marshmallow. Warren Buffett said the stock market is a device for transferring money from the impatient to the patient. Well, guess what? The crypto markets are the same thing. Why? Because again, humans are trading them, right? Our biology is self-consistent. You're going to find the same patterns across all markets and all time frames. So yeah, I'm bullish on Bitcoin, you guys. If you got anything out of the last 10, 15 minutes of what I've been talking about, maybe it went over your head. Maybe I got a little too crazy with it today. But if you get anything out of what I'm talking about, it's that I'm bullish on Bitcoin. That humans have the same reactions to things over and over. History repeats. A lot of times we make the same mistake. Why do you think so many currencies have failed? Hyperinflation and currency failures, that happens all the time. Almost every single currency has failed. Why? Because we do the same things as people. One of the greatest lessons of history is that people don't learn from the lessons of history. We do the same things over and over again. We think we get smarter and end up we're not as smart as we think we are, you know? And yeah, so that's one of the greatest lessons of history. Aldous Huxley said that. He said, one of the greatest lessons of history is that people do not learn from history. So learn from history, people. And if history is telling you anything, it's that when you're in a very powerful, strong uptrend, about the worst thing you can do is short in a dip. That's like shorting a bottom because most of the time it's going to be a bottom. In an uptrend, most corrections are going to keep going up. Most corrections are going to be very short-lived, and the market's going to keep going up right after that correction. The majority of the time, right? So yeah, Bitcoin is looking very good. Let's talk a little bit about the gold fractal. And I know you guys are requesting like wrapped dog analysis and quite a few different coins. So we will talk about our altcoins in just a second, all right? But I wanted to show you that fractal because I was super impressed that my student, my one-on-one student, found that, right? Because I was just teaching him about fractals, and of his own free will and accord, he went and found that incredible fractal. And by the way, you guys, check out the Mastermind Apply in the link in the description below. It's just like the one-on-one coaching. It's $4,999 versus $7,499 because it's in a group setting rather than one-on-one. But it's basically the same thing. So it's a really good entry point into learning how to do technical analysis like a professional and find setups yourself. It's not for people that just want to follow me. Of course, I do give you guys the absolute best setups, including the 100x list that nobody else has access to except for the mastermind and one-on-one coaching members. Now, you guys can just follow that list, but it's designed for people that it's not designed for people that just want to follow me. It's designed to help you learn how to do this yourself. Yeah, you get to follow me, the best setups, of course, but really the program is for people that want to learn how to do this yourself. So apply below, simple Google form. My cousin Monson will get on the phone with you, or I will, and we'll talk with you personally and talk a little bit about the program. So let's talk about gold here. We've got gold on the right and Bitcoin over here on the left, and you guys can see how powerful these fractals are. I mean, just look at the psychology taking place in both of these markets. So first you can see Bitcoin reached a new all-time high in 2021. This was our old all-time high. Of course, we have a new one now at 73K. But back in 2021, we reached a new all-time high on Bitcoin that took us up to about 68,000 per coin. That was a super fun time, right? We were making a lot of money in that period. Now Bitcoin had a correction, and it did this huge rounded bottom here. What's interesting is gold also had a break above its old all-time high back in 2012 and 2011. It had broke its all-time high. And you can see that once gold broke its all-time high, it also had a correction and a big rounded bottom. Now, once Bitcoin broke above the all-time high that was formed in 2021 and broke out to 73, it had to have another correction, right? We pulled back to 50K. Well, gold did the same thing. When gold broke above its old all-time high back in 2011, where it was forming that old all-time high, and it broke above it here in 2020, it had to have a correction as well. So again, markets are fractal in nature. The same patterns appear self-consistently, just like how we see the same mathematical sequence in the macrocosm and galaxies with these Fibonacci spirals, and we also see it in weather patterns, right? Weather pattern fib. Do you see right here? Right here's a weather pattern. It's not as big as a galaxy. It's a microcosm of the macrocosm, which would be the galaxy shape, but it's the same pattern, the same mathematics, the same everything. And yeah, of course, gold is on a bigger time frame than Bitcoin is, right? It took gold a lot of years to do this, where it didn't take Bitcoin nearly as long to form the same pattern. So gold is like the macrocosm, and Bitcoin is like the microcosm. It's the same mathematics, the same fractal geometry, the same human psychology. The only difference is how big it is, how long it took to form it. But it's the same thing appearing on both charts. So yeah, we're done talking about Bitcoin. I'm bullish. You guys get the point. It looks like gold. I think it's going to skyrocket. All the plebs that are selling down here are probably going to wake up and be like, man, in a month or two, they're going to be like, holy cow, how did I get tricked again by the whales? How did I get tricked again when they should have been buying the dip here, just like how gold had this violent shakeout right here? Bitcoin also had that violent shakeout right here. That's what happened over the summer. We had a shakeout. But I'm bullish. I remain bullish. So I think we're going to really take off here, start to push up towards resistance, push up through those resistances, and go for another new all-time high and skyrocket, just like we see on gold. So that's my view on Bitcoin, you guys. Let's talk about some of the altcoins, because a lot of people are wondering, Dallin, what are these altcoins going to do? What about Wrapped Dog? What about, everything? What are these coins going to do? So let's talk about it. So yeah, let's see here. What are you guys' requests? Tech Dude, what's up, my brother? Andreas? Alan, thanks for tuning in. Sergio, what's up, man? Good morning. Yeah, let's talk about Vechain. That's a great example of fractal analysis on Vechain. so we can keep learning about the thing we were just learning about, which, if you guys understand fractals, you're going to set yourself apart from 90% of traders. Remember how we were talking about how 90% of people lose money because 90% of people are that kid that eats the first marshmallow versus waiting 30 minutes so they can have 2 marshmallows? Go look that experiment up. Look up the marshmallow experiment with kids. They took kids and they had them wait. Some kids, or they said they could eat 1 marshmallow right now, or if they waited, they could eat 2. Go look up that study. That's your homework. If you want homework, go look it up this week. Okay? But yeah, 90% of people lose money in the markets because they're the kid that eats the first marshmallow. If you want to understand how to wait for the second marshmallow, understand fractals and you're going to be able to do that. Because fractals are what help you understand where you're at in the cycle and whether you should be buying or whether you should be selling. But people that are patient, they're good investors. If you can learn how to be patient, you can be a good investor, all right? It really doesn't take a lot more than patience to be a good investor. Now, to be a good trader, you're going to have to learn a little bit more than just patience. But to be a good investor, find good coins that have good volume and buy them and be patient. Like, it's pretty dang simple. So let's talk about fractals here. Because Bitcoin back in 2015, there we go, actually did the exact same thing that Vechain is doing right now as we speak. So we have Vechain on the left, and we have Bitcoin over here on the right. Now, Bitcoin is a little bit less volatile than altcoins. So you'll notice that Vechain retraced a little bit harder down here. If it retraced harder, but just like Ethereum did the same thing. Ethereum retraced like 95%, whereas Bitcoin only fell like 84 or 86. So it's historically true that Bitcoin does not fall quite as hard in the corrections as altcoins do. So yeah, you can see Vechain came a little bit further down here, and actually if we compare it to Ethereum here, you'll see what I mean by these markets, by altcoins falling harder than Bitcoin does. Because if you compare Vechain to Ethereum, they look even more similar, right? Because altcoins are more volatile, they fall harder, and they rise quicker. So you can see that when you compare Vechain to Ethereum and the fractals that took place on these two market cycles, you can see that correction here on Ethereum was very violent, and it basically fully retraced, just exactly like Vechain over here. Whereas when we were comparing it to Bitcoin, it didn't quite fully retrace. Bitcoin had a little bit less of a crash, right? It wasn't quite as gnarly. It was still big though, it's still like 84%, whereas these altcoins do like 90 to 95% corrections a lot of times. But you can see that the same fractal, the same market cycle, the same human psychology is literally appearing on both of these charts, on the right and on the left. It's the same thing. And it's a zigzag ABC correction. A, B, C. A, B, and C. It's the same thing. All right? So if you want to be that guy that's not in the 90% of people that lose money, then you buy down here, you're patient, you don't listen to the FUD, you don't listen to all the news, you don't listen to all the noise, you just buy based on the chart, you buy based on the market cycle, you buy down here, and you let it do its thing, because crypto takes a long time to break out. Now, we're probably very close to the end of the waiting period, but the bear markets and the accumulation periods are far longer. They last a really long time versus the pumps are really fast. they happen all at once. They happen really quickly, right? You can see how fast that pump was versus how extended and brutal and how long that correction was. So you have to have that patience. You also have to buy the dip like this and hold on throughout the correction and be patient, because when that thing gets ready to take off, it's going to happen all at once. It's going to take off like here with Ethereum. And it's really going to take off and go vertical and break to a new all-time high. I really, really believe a lot of coins are getting ready to do exactly what they did in 2021 and exactly what they did in 2017, all over again. And Vechain is a great example of that. Vechain is a perfect example of one of these fractals, one of these chart patterns that provide a perfect opportunity to buy the dip, to buy the correction before a huge breakout. So that's my view on Vechain. It reminds me identical of Ethereum. Right here in the COVID drop where we had one more correction before we took off, that's exactly what I see here on Vechain. The FUD is high, the fear is high, people are way too bearish, they're perma-bearish, and they don't understand market cycles, they don't understand fractals, they don't know what's coming because of ignorance, right? It's not even, a lot of times it's just, they just don't understand. They don't know how markets work. So it's just ignorance, right? So let's see here. Flocky is cool. I got nothing wrong with Flocky. But how can the game be if the game is super hard to complete? Okay, Alan, I have no idea what you're talking about because I trade chart patterns, so I don't know about the Flocky game. I do know they're building stuff like that they've got games they're building and stuff, but yeah. Let's see here. Professor, all you're saying is that the Kendu army is real and very active. I love how you guys are all arguing about meme coins in the live stream right now. That's hilarious. You guys, meme coins, I know a lot of people hate them. And, you know, I've had some losses on meme coins before, of course, but I've also made a lot of money on them. And as long as you're not putting your whole portfolio in those things, you're going to be okay. All right? Like, play with smaller amounts. Don't go all in. Treat it like a high risk, high reward type of thing. And as long as you're not putting too much into those things, you can have a lot of upside, especially as the bigger context of the cycle breaks out here on crypto. Because if we start to get bigger breakouts on these bigger coins, like Vechain, like even Ethereum, you know, as we get bigger breakouts on the bigger market cap coins, there's going to be so much money going into crypto that there's just going to be an unbelievable amount of coins in every single sector, whether it's DEX screener and DeFi and meme coins, or whether it's, you know, value investing inside of these bigger market cap altcoins, or whether it's Bitcoin. You're going to see money going into the market at such a quick rate that there's going to be so many different coins increasing in value. I don't know if you guys were here in 2021 or 2017, but when the bull market is here and people are in that mania phase where they're just buying, and there's just money coming into the market faster than people even know what to do, yeah, your meme coins are going to go up. Right now, the conditions have been kind of choppy and crazy and a little bit hard to play. But as we get these breakouts we've been talking about at the start of the stream on Bitcoin, and as it follows that fractal and really picks up momentum again and stops chopping around like it did all summer, you're going to see your meme coins, you're going to see a lot of coins increase in value significantly. And it will be really easy to trade them because the conditions will be good. Over the summer, conditions have been kind of crazy, kind of wild and choppy. But as we get back into that bullishness in the markets where we're painting green candles continuously, you're gonna see these setups be really easy to play, and a lot of your meme coins are gonna be really easy to play. So yeah, I know you guys are like, hey man, don't talk about meme coins, don't be a meme coin person. But I just trade charts. I literally don't care what you guys have to say about what a coin does. I'm just gonna tell you, if I see a good setup, I buy it. You're gonna be wrong sometimes, everybody is, including myself, right? It's part of the game. But those winners that you get are gonna be so big that it makes up for it. It makes up for any losses you've had along the way. If you keep going, if you keep learning, and you keep applying yourself, you're going to be profitable, right? You're going to make money in these markets. You will. So we'll quickly do Wrapped Dog, but I don't want to go too crazy on meme coins. But Wrapped Dog is one I'm bullish on. I have some Wrapped Dog for me personally, and I have some Wrapped Dog for a portfolio that I'm doing where I'm turning 1 Solana into 100 Solana, just publicly on my Twitter. So go follow me. It's called the 1 Solana to 100 Solana challenge. And I do have Wrapped Dog as my entry for that trade. And the reason for that actually is because of the same reason that Crocs in sport mode went so crazy. First of all, if you don't know, Wrapped Dog did get added to MEXC. So it's not just being traded on these meme coin platforms. Wrapped Dog is actually being traded on top exchanges like MEXC. If you don't know what MEXC is, that's where everybody trades leverage. So Wrapped Dog is no joke, you guys. I know it sounds like a joke in a meme coin, but it's actually traded on top platforms. So it's kind of like getting in on Pepe early, or getting in on, for example, like Dog with Hat. Those coins went crazy. They were on major exchanges. It wasn't just traded on Radium and Dex Screener. Wrapped Dog is the same way. Wrapped Dog is actually on top exchanges, and it's probably going to get added to more. So this is no joke when it comes to a top setup, all right? So, but the same reason that I was looking at Crocs in sport mode down here before it took off is the same reason I'm buying Wrapped Dog. It's that first wave, that first impulse where the market goes up and then it corrects. People get shaken out right before the big pump. That's what a market cycle is. It's called a first sell-off, and then you get your parabolic run. And then, of course, your bull trap, and it tops out and it has to crash afterwards, right? But this is a market cycle. If you look at the market cycle chart, you're going to see where it shows first sell-off, and then it'll show a huge parabolic run up, and then it'll show it topping out. That is a market cycle. Wrapped Dog is at that corrective phase where you've had your wave one right here, and it's pulling back just in the same way that Crocs in sport mode did right here. And people are getting shaken out, and I don't know exactly where it's going to bottom, right? I'm not going to try to tell you that I have some magic wand. It's just, it could bottom out right here. I've seen markets do horizontal bottoming where they make the same kind of structure here, and they actually bottom out just exactly like that. But either way, I view this as all the first sell-off. Just like this was the first sell-off on Crocs in sport mode, this is the first sell-off on Wrapped Dog. So I'm not selling. I'm keeping my Wrapped Dog. We're going to turn 1 Solana into 100 Solana, not on a single trade, but I bet I can turn this 1 Solana into 10 Solana on a single trade. And I'm going to use Wrapped Dog to do it. Or at least that's the plan. We'll see how it goes. But just follow me on Twitter if you want more info to follow along as we do that. 1 Solana to 100 Solana tokens. So hopefully that gives you an idea of what I'm looking at with Wrapped Dog. You guys, there's this term called Jeet, Jeet, And it's a derogatory term, so I probably won't be too crazy about using it all the time. Who knows, maybe I will. But that term basically means somebody that sells because there's a downturn in the market. Like they can't handle, they're extremely risk averse. So if there's a downturn in the market, they sell, right? You're a Jeet if you do that. If you sell because there's a downturn, you're a Jeet. Because a lot of times, if you've got a good setup and there's a downturn, it's just a shakeout. And you don't want to be that person getting shaken out, do you? Right? Like I ended up selling. So what I did was I bought Crocs in sport mode down here and I made profit and I sold some right here. Then I had a moon bag in the market ready to really skyrocket. And when the market made a new low right here, I was a Jeet and I sold my moon bag right before that happened. Now, overall, I still made profit because I sold 75% off right here. And I'd bought most of it in the dip right here. So I still made profit, but that 25% that I had left in the market for a moon bag could have turned into even more profit than I had made off that little trade that I made down there. So that's why you don't want to be a Jeet, right? If you've got a moon bag in the market, like if you're making profit, take it. Start selling off. I like to sell 25%, 25%, 25%, but keep a moon bag and don't sell because of a downturn in the markets. All right? A lot of times it's just that first sell off and it's shaking people out. It's just shaking people out before it gets ready to take off. That's my view on Rap Dog. We'll stop talking about meme coins. But yeah, don't be a Jeet, all right? Dude, I actually accidentally bought Crocs right there and it looked dead, so I instantly swapped and cried the next day. Yeah, I know, Bobby. That's exactly how it is, man. That's exactly how it is, Bobby. It's just sometimes you get scared and you panic sell, and it's okay. Everybody does it. Even the best professionals do it sometimes. But the more you learn how to trade and the more you learn how to do this correctly, the less you're going to do that, especially if you've already made profit. Like for me, I already made profit. I had 75% out of the market and I'd already locked in like significant profit on that trade, like a few $1,000s or something. And that 25% was completely on the house. So there was absolutely no reason to panic sell it, but sometimes you make a mistake in your investing and in your trading, and that's okay. Part of the game. But when you get it right and you get that huge swing like that, you can make 20x, 10x in the matter of a very short period of time. And I don't want you guys to encourage you to get way into meme coins with large percentages of your portfolio. But if you're trading with small percents like 5% and you're not getting greedy, you can make a lot of money doing it, okay? But don't put 100% of your portfolio into these things, or you're probably either going to make a bunch of money and then solidify bad trading habits, or you're going to lose a bunch of money and be really mad at yourself later. So, yeah, it was a super powerful lesson, tech dude. I was like, man, I could have made like another like 10K off of that trade, off all just completely on the house money. So, yeah. Kendu is on MEXC. I actually didn't know that. That's cool that Kendu is on MEXC. I think I remember you asking me to do Kendu analysis last time, my friend. Kendu Anu, Andreas. Yeah, I think we did talk about it. And we were talking about that bull flag, and it looks like we broke bullish out of the flag and came back down and testing support. So this could be a big double bottom here on Kendu. I wouldn't be surprised if this is a big double bottom structure. Watch for a breakout above this local resistance that we hit. It wouldn't surprise me to see us go right back up through that in kind of a big double bottom structure, because this is actually looking like wave 1 right here and wave 2. I'll zoom in here so you guys can see better, because I don't want you to just look like chicken scribbles on a chart. Let's remove here. All right, so here we have wave 1 and wave 2, and I bet this is a double bottom right here, and we're getting ready for a big picture wave 3 to to break out to a new high. So that looks good here with Kendu and New, just to maybe give you some analysis there, Andreas. Let's see here. Do you still hold Mickey? Yeah, I do hold a little bit of Mickey. It's not worth a lot right now. I wish it was. But yeah, I do hold some Mickey still. I think it's called Miki. It means cat in French. So, and the community is trying to take that one over again and send it to the moon. So we'll see what happens there. But yeah, I still have some. So let's see here. Okay, what other requests have you guys been asking for? By the way, thank you guys for tuning in. There's so many people that tune into these streams, and you guys always have great coins for me to run over, and it's always such a good time, and I really appreciate you for tuning in to today's stream. All right, Professor K wants to do. Oh man, we're getting a huge lag spike. Whoa. Whoa, what did I do? We're going to close out of this, and out of this, and out of this. Whoa. Okay, we're back. This laptop's actually really fast. It's a Dell XPS. It was like almost $4,000. I don't know why it's lagging. That was crazy. We should be good now, though. All right. So, and by the way, the only reason I'm not using my MacBook is because the screen is broken. I accidentally closed a pencil into the screen. So I'm going to get that thing fixed because it would never lag in a stream. But anyways, let's see here. Where was I at? Oh, yeah, you wanted me to do XRP. This guy had a list of coins for me to do analysis on. Let's see if I can find that list. I think he said XRP. I remember seeing XRP and XLM. Yeah, here we are, XRP and XLM. So let's talk about XLM for a second, all right? So Stellar Lumens, so if you guys don't know, before Ethereum got the ETF approval, there was rumor that it was going to have an approval. Now, the way that markets work is buy the rumor, sell the news. Now, everybody was super, super bullish on Ethereum back at the start of the summer. And even though I started buying a little bit early before the full correction took place, well, we were up there and everybody was super bullish because of the ETF approval. One of the things I talked about was the very fact that markets buy the rumor and sell the news. And everybody thought the news of the ETF getting approved was just going to straight green candles to new all-time highs. And it didn't. It pulled back. Ethereum pulled back. Why? Because people sell news. Wall Street buys the rumor and they sell the news. Why do you think Bitcoin crashed after Donald Trump and Elon Musk had talked about it on a live stream for who knows how long? They were talking about crypto. Why? Because people were selling the news. Now, it only has a short-term effect on price. Most of the time, after you get a crash like that, it's a really good time to buy because people were only temporarily selling the news. Because when there's a lot of people that think the market's going to do one thing, like GameStop, for example, everybody thought was going to go up. And by the way, I on my Twitter warned everybody about GameStop and said, you guys, I know that everybody thinks GameStop is going to go up again, but it looks like a massive fractal of Vechain of Zilliqa, and it's going to crash. And it did. It crashed. Why? Because everybody on the news, everybody thought it was all going to go up. They were all bullish. The market's going to do opposite of that because Wall Street is not going to FOMO buy with the public, right? It's just not what they're going to do. They're not dumb. Now, when it comes to XLM, like Stellar Lumens or even XRP, there's rumor about an ETF approval. So just like how people sell the news, they also buy the rumor. Now with Stellar Lumens, with XRP, there's rumor about an ETF getting approved. That's no joke, you guys. So I would not at all be surprised, because Ethereum started getting a rumor of this down here when it was bottoming out at its lows, right? Then the ETF got approved and people sold the news. Well, I think XLM is actually set up in the same exact way right now. Just like right here, where people were rumoring that an ETF was going to get approved on Ethereum, there's rumors that an ETF will get approved on Stellar Lumens, but also on XRP. So big players are buying the rumor right now. And when this thing starts to push up through these local resistance levels, just like how Ethereum did, I think it's going to start to take off here and start to head up towards the midway point of the correction, right? Because this big correction that happened here on Stellar and this big correction that happened here on Ethereum, there's a middle point in both of those corrections. That's exactly where Ethereum went, was to the middle of the correction. I think Stellar Lumens will start to go up towards the middle of that correction based on technical analysis, not only be people buying the rumor, selling the news, based on technical analysis, but also people buying the rumor and selling the news. It's a catalyst. It's a catalyst. They both had an ABC correction down, both Ethereum and Stellar Lumens. And I think that Stellar Lumens is just following Ethereum. I bet this thing starts to go up here soon. I bet it double bottoms just in the same way that Ethereum did down here and starts to head up towards that midway point as people are buying the rumor that we're going to get an ETF for more coins than just Ethereum, right? For a lot more coins than just Ethereum. And then at some point when it gets approved, we could probably see a correction halfway up. But that's my view on Stellar Lumens. And it's also my view on XRP. The setup is obviously a little bit different because the charts look a little bit different, but really the profitability is the same. You know, people are wondering, okay, what's going to happen for XRP? If everything continues to go green light go with XRP, I think it could also get an ETF, but we have to have some more clarity and stuff still, obviously. But we did break bullish out of this downward trending resistance. And then we came back down and tested it as support. I know in the daily candlestick we're down a little bit, but so long as Bitcoin keeps breaking out like we were looking in the start of the stream, I think XRP is going to continue to find support down here and break bullish, because it already started to break bullish out of this triangle. And most of the time when you break bullish out of one of these triangles, you're going to come back down and retest it as support, just exactly like we're doing right now. It's exactly what we're doing. So I think XRP could also have an ETF approval, which would just be completely insane. And by the way, if you're talking about looking for a catalyst for a big move coming in the market, well, first of all, that ETF rumor, a rumor of an ETF getting approved, is a really big catalyst. That is a huge catalyst for these markets. This is stuff you guys have to be paying attention to. You can't just be, first of all, don't be reading the news and buying into all the lies, first and foremost. And second of all, you need to be understanding these fractals, and then on top of that, understanding the catalysts involved in the markets. Because if you've got a really powerful fractal like this triangle that we've already seen XRP do before, the only difference is this one's twice as big, took twice as long to form, then you already have a really, really bullish setup here, a really bullish pattern with XRP, and a potential very, very powerful catalyst on top of that, right? So that's really bullish here for XRP. I think we will get a bullish break out of this triangle. We already broke bullish. I think we're going to continue to break bullish with confidence, just exactly like what happened after the breakout of the last triangle. So that means XRP is going to be a huge player this cycle. It's been accumulating for longer than most coins. It's going to skyrocket. I really think it's going to be a huge, huge player this cycle. So buy the rumor, right? That's what pros do. Let's see here. Hopefully it's still a smooth stream for you guys. It says that my stream is... my bit rate went down earlier, so hopefully you guys can still see good. I don't know what's up with that, why my bit rate went down. But yeah, hopefully it's still good for you guys. Dallin, I just bought some Mankey. Is it a good potential meme coin? Yeah, John, that actually is a really good potential meme coin. That's another one kind of like Wrapped Dog. It's a very strong play. It's not just a total pump and dump. And yeah, I definitely think that one could do really good. So yeah, I hope my stream health is good, you guys. I'm sorry if we're laggy or anything. I don't know why we had the error for a second. But yeah, I see a lot of bullishness in the charts. XRP is a great example of a really, really bullish chart, one we're going to make a lot of money on, and one I'm personally really bullish on. I just bought more yesterday, more XRP. All right, so that's what I'm doing. I bought. I love this setup on XRP. It looks really, really good. So let's go ahead and talk a little bit about Ethereum, because I know I've been talking about Ethereum multiple different times throughout this stream, but not once did I talk about what I think Ethereum's going to do. And to be honest with you guys, that's just because I like to keep all my best secrets only for myself. No, I'm just kidding. No, I actually try my very hardest to give you guys as many of the best setups as I possibly can. So, let's talk about Ethereum for a second. I like to give as many good free setups as I can. The market's been a little choppy, so if you've been following my Twitter, you guys know that some of the meme coins we got chopped a little bit on. But yeah, we're gonna make a lot of money this cycle. We're already doing really good. Like this has been a super, super fun summer. A lot of other people were really getting scared during the summer, and we had a pretty good idea of what was going on. Even if we bought a little bit early, we had a pretty good idea of what was going on. So it's been a good summer so far. And summer's almost over, you guys. Summer's almost over. It won't be that long, and we'll be in that phase. Crypto normally does really, really good toward the end of the year. It's historically been very, very bullish, especially after the summer is over. Crypto has a tendency to really pick up and take off. So let's talk about what happened here with Ethereum. So if you guys don't know, in 2008, I mean, if you don't know this, and you probably don't know a lot of stuff in life, but in 2008, there was a financial crisis. All right, so a lot of people sold their stocks. They sold almost everything that they had. A lot of people got really scared. They sold real estate in 2008, right? It's called the 2008 financial crisis. The housing market crash due to the credit default swaps. If you don't know about that, you should probably do some homework and some research. This is the same type of correction. It's called an ABC zigzag correction. A, B, C. Over here on the right, we have Apple computers. Over here on the left, we have Ethereum. It's the exact same thing, all right? There was, of course, a black swan associated with this crash too. Everybody thought the world was going to end. We were going to go into World War III. I don't see it. Where is it? All right, the world is still here. By the way, crypto has a tendency to do really good during crazy stuff happening in the world. Look at COVID. Crypto went to 68,000 per coin during COVID. All right? It was only the initial scare that shook people out in 2020 of March, where people got scared momentarily because of the COVID drop. But then crypto went nuts all during COVID. So don't come at me with this stupid FUD, people. Don't be plebs and sell the dip. All right, there was a black swan event here. People thought we were going to go into World War III. I'm here to tell you, first of all, whatever happens, I think crypto is going to be resilient through it. Unless we have a global power outage and nuclear war, and even then, as long as somebody has the blockchain stored somewhere in an EMP proof safe or something, somebody can boot it back up as soon as we have power, right? The second that we have a power grid back, somebody can turn it back as long as somebody has the file. And if they don't have the file, guess what? You know how many people know the Bitcoin code like the back of their hand now? The technology is invented. If we were to have a massive power outage or something, somebody can reprogram it. There's people out there that understand blockchains like the back of their hand now. And they can just build another one if we need to. The technology is out of the box, so stop thinking in terms of risk aversion. Think in terms of taking opportunity, because there's opportunity in the market. To buy the dip, to buy where people are fearful. Yes, we had a black swan event here. Of course, it happens every single cycle. There isn't a single crypto cycle that's happened where there wasn't one. But if you study COVID, if you study the Bitfinex crash, if you study every single black swan event ever in crypto, it only affected the price short term. And in fact, crypto has shown very strong resilience to those types of events, and in fact has even prospered during them, like COVID. All right? So don't buy into all the fear. I really think this crash on Ethereum was just a very similar type of psychology as the 2008 crash on the financial markets. And very similar to the COVID drop too. All right, if you guys weren't here during the COVID drop, let's check this out. This stuff is just too fun for me to show you guys this stuff, because it's really fun to know what's going to happen when a lot of people don't, right? It's fun to be able to see through the noise and set yourself apart from the crowd. And if you guys want to do that yourself, again, if you were just now tuning into the stream, apply for the mastermind coaching. It's just exactly like one-on-one coaching. It's just in a group setting. Really, really powerful. I'll hop on a phone call with you personally, or my cousin will, and we'll talk about, what to do. We'll even give you some tips on your portfolio. Hey, just letting you guys know it's a great time to buy and everything. So don't get fearful. If you want to learn how to do this, apply for the mastermind. All right? And the biggest tip I can give you for your portfolio right now is really what I'm showing you guys in this stream. Don't panic sell. So yeah, apply below. And the link in the description to apply for the mastermind. So over here, you guys can see, here's the COVID drop right here on Bitcoin. And here's the black swan, World War III, blah, 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 crash of 2024. All right, almost exactly 4 years later. Almost exactly 4 years later. The same type of black swan, shake everybody out of the market, get them all super fearful, make them believe the world's going to end. and yeah, buy the dip and print money because they know where it's going to go, which is to a new all-time high. So yeah, that's my view on Bitcoin. All right, we're already at an hour here. Mira, good to see you. Thank you for tuning in today. Can I look at rain? Yes, we will look at rain. But yeah, this is the same thing, you guys. It's the same thing. So let's check out rain here. First of all, I've never ever heard of this coin before. Or maybe we talked about it one time, but I don't remember. Whew, this is a huge downtrend. Unfortunately, this does not look very good. This is like a falling knife. I don't even see, is there any volume on this thing? I hope this is the right ticker. Let me know if this isn't. I mean, I hope this is the wrong ticker, to be honest with you, but yeah, that doesn't look very good, Mira. This looks like it could go down a lot further. Not everything is going to go up because there's always going to be those coins that are just getting wrecked. I guess it could bottom down here, but we just broke bearish out of a triangle. It would not surprise me to see this thing go lower. We might get a little bit of a bounce right here, but it's kind of a falling knife. It's not showing any strong bottoming formations like Velo, for example. Velo did this huge Adam and Eve double bottom, and this is a signal that I posted for free on my Twitter and in the Discord. But you can see how instead of it just being a falling knife forever, like you can see that it actually started to form this really strong bottoming formation, this double bottom Adam and Eve here on Velo. So this is what you want to see at the bottom of a big correction, is some type of bottom structure, inverse head and shoulders, double bottom, with significant volume and strength like we see here on Velo. I don't see that on Rain, and I can't confidently tell you that I think it's going to go up. Rain apparently on the Thunder network. Oh, I think that might be a different coin than what I might have had the wrong ticker. Yeah, that might be the wrong ticker. If it is, shoot me a message on Discord, Mira. If you can send me a link to the right ticker, I'll do it right now in the stream. If not, I'll send you a chart personally through direct message to let you know what I think it's going to do. Chainlink. Yeah, we'll talk about Chainlink, and then we're going to play guitar because we're already over an hour in. So, and I've got one of my people, AJ. It's good to see you, man. I thank you for tuning into these streams. You're always here, and I really appreciate that. So let's see here. Let's put this on regular. So Chainlink is a lot like, okay, we talked about Vechain at the start of this stream and how you're going to have these big ABC corrections, and these market cycles are going to look self-consistent. You're going to see the same patterns across all different time frames and markets. And with Chainlink, it's a very similar setup to Vechain. So if you guys were here earlier on in the stream, we were talking about how Vechain in the bigger time frame looks a lot like Ethereum, because we're at that point in the cycle right now where we're getting ready to really take off and head up to new highs. And I really think Vechain and Chainlink are both in the same structure, the same point in their cycle as where Ethereum was back in 2020 before we took off, right? So again, in 2020, we had the COVID drop where everybody got really scared. Just recently, we had this correction here on Chainlink. That's an ABC correction down right here. Wave A, wave B, and wave C. Really, really good looking little Elliott wave cycle right here, by the way. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ABC. Just like how we had along the way up here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ABC. And it's better, of course, to use the Elliott wave tool. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ABC, A, B, and C. And then, of course, on Ethereum, it did the same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 A, B, and C. Now, of course, during 2020, we had the COVID drop where people got really scared. This time we have this drop right here where people are getting really scared. So it's the same thing on both charts, is what I'm telling you. So yeah, Chainlink is actually a very similar structure as Vechain. They're both doing that same corrective structure that we saw back in 2020, when Ethereum, well, actually it was like multiple years. There was 2018, 2019, and 2020 that it took to form this whole correction, but it's that same structure. And the correction that we saw in 2020 is the same type of a shakeout to get people to panic sell before the moon, before we start to take off here. So that's my view on Chainlink. So yeah. And I'll check the Discord to see if you posted that. All right, okay, I don't see it yet, so we'll just worry about that later, Mira. I'll help you do a TA on that coin, because I might have the wrong one. But the wrong ticker, You don't want to get the wrong tickers in life. That happens a lot with meme coins. Don't get the wrong ticker. Or you could even have a coin that's a duplicate. So look out for scams, for duplicate scams. So, somebody's asking for Near. Man, you guys are on fire today. Always asking for good projects. I don't know if you guys haven't requested almost a single bad coin yet, except for that rain coin, and apparently that probably wasn't even the right one, because there's, again, in crypto, there's so many coins that have similar tickers or the same. So yeah, when it comes to Near, this is a great example of a market cycle, right? We have our first sell-off right here. We get our parabolic run up. We have our bull trap up here. And we pull all the way back with a huge ABC correction. Then we double bottom down here. And we start to break out again into a new cycle. You can see that as we're breaking bullish here on Near, there's a ton of volume. More than we had back here in 2021. So that's a really good sign to see increasing price and increasing volume right here. As we're breaking out into a new cycle, that's a really good sign here for Near. So yeah, I like that setup a lot, by the way, for my friend that requested Near. And by the way, this is that same type of wedge or correction that we saw on Bitcoin. So I wouldn't sell down here. I definitely would not sell your Bitcoin or your Near down here. And I wouldn't sell your Bitcoin either, right? Just based on what I understand about the markets, in the sense that I can't technically give, advice or whatever. But yeah. So. Sounds like it's in tune. So that's always good. All right. Let's pick a song here from the list of songs. Because I actually have a lot of songs, but the thing is a lot of them are Christian songs. And I know I don't mind playing Christian songs for you guys, but let's see here. Oops. That's not the song I wanted to click on. Let's see. Oh, I know a really good song for you. Here you go. We're going to get all lovey-dovey today. This is one of my I love this song. I used to play this a lot when I was younger. Saying I love you is not the words I want to hear from you. It's not that I want you not to say, but if you only knew how easy would be to show me how you feel. More than words is all you have to do to make it real. Then you wouldn't have to say that you love me, 'cause I'd already know. What would you do if my heart was torn in two? More than words to show you feel that your love for me is real. What would you say if I took those words away? Then you couldn't make things new just by saying I love you. Trying to find the chords. Oh man, that's a good one. It's not one. It's like maybe not good for this stream right now, but it's all right, right? And by the way, I don't know if there's anything that you guys like want me to learn to play for you guys. Let me know, because I will try to learn that and play it for you. I can learn most songs pretty easy. Not in today's stream. I won't learn it right now because I've got stuff to do today. I can't stream indefinitely for you. But yeah, maybe for next time or whatever, you can let me know. So let's play one more song maybe. Let's see. We'll play Brown Eyed Girl. This is a good song, if I can remember how to play it. Every single time. Next time I'll maybe play some songs you guys request. So hey, where did we go? Days when the rain came down in the hollow, playing a new game, laughing and a running, hey, hey, skipping and a jumping in the misty morning fog, with our hearts a thumping, and you, my brown-eyed girl, you, my brown-eyed girl. Whatever happened to staying so slow, going down to the old mine, the transistor radio, standing in the sunlight laughing, hiding in the rainbow's wall, slipping and a sliding, hey, hey, all along the waterfall with you, my brown-eyed girl. You, my brown-eyed girl. You know, oh man, I love playing guitar so much. Okay, I know I play this song every single time, but it's like the greatest song for crypto traders. So here you go. Here comes the moon, here comes the moon, and I say, it's alright. Little darling, it seems like it's been a long, cold crypto winter. Little darling, it seems like years since I've seen 100x. Here comes the moon, here comes the moon, and I say, it's alright. Here comes the moon, baby. Crypto will moon, you guys. All right. I don't know how else to put it into you guys' minds other than learn how to do the charts, right? Learn how to play the patterns that you're seeing. Like learn how to do this and you'll see that crypto is not going anywhere and that these corrections are for buying and that, yeah, here comes the moon, baby. Like really, it's coming, I promise. And you guys have been super patient, especially if you've been holding like since 2021 or 2022, or even like, I've been in crypto since 2015. I bought my first Bitcoin. So like, I know a lot of times these corrections and these accumulation patterns are long and big. It's true. And yeah, I really think that a lot of people lose patience. I know they do throughout those periods because it's such a long waiting period. But like if you continue to practice and you continue to learn and you continue to be patient, you guys are going to make money in crypto. It's not going anywhere. And I think we're going to have a big pump very soon. So yeah, here comes the moon. I really see it in the charts. So Casey, thank you, man. I appreciate that. I really do. And yeah, I mean, yeah. I don't know what else to say, you guys. Don't sell your crypto. You're going to get rich. You're going to print money. And I'm not just saying that to try to make you happy. Like, I really believe that. It's in the charts. You can see it in the patterns. And if you just keep practicing and keep learning and have a little bit of faith, you're gonna make money. Like a lot of it. Then maybe we'll all go party on the beach together or something. And yeah. I don't know if you've ever been, making $1 million or whatever before. But it's pretty fun. It's really fun to make money. Especially when, you've worked really, really hard for a really long time to learn. Or maybe you're just patient, It feels good to have all of that payoff. And I promise you guys that you will get the payoff, all right? You guys are some serious troopers. Seriously. So, I see a moon coming in the charts. If you will but wait a minute for them to do their thing, you're gonna get rich. Don't give up on your dreams. There you go. There's my little freestyle song for you for the day. You guys are awesome. I love you. I appreciate you. I literally don't know what I'd do without you. I mean, I have some of the coolest people ever. We have the greatest community ever at high altitude investing. So just wait till market cap in crypto is like 5 trillion, 10 trillion total market cap. All right. We're going to be living quite good. So thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you. I love you. We're at 1 hour and 23 minutes. So I better head off for the day. Hold on, baby. You guys got this. You really do. I'll see you in the next live stream. And yes, I'll check out Brian Prothery? Prothery? I don't know how to pronounce that. I'll check out Pinball this week and see if I can learn that song. And no, it's not a 12-string. That's just my 6-string guitar. I actually don't own a 12-string. My friend does, but I like 12-string, but yeah, it's a 6-string guitar. So maybe I'll have to buy one. All right, you guys, I'll see you next week. And in my videos and everything, I love you. I appreciate you. You're awesome. Keep up the good work and stay profitable out there.